Hello everyone, Stockhouse Saturday stream will be starting in approximately 1 or 2 minutes time. Thank you very much, guys. We'll be just a moment, guys. Just having a bit of technical issues right now. Right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Stockhouse Sundays. We are live today with 77 Lee Ivett. Hello, Lee.
Well, good afternoon.
So,
Are you alright?
hold on, I need to get my questions up. Alright, thank you. Where's my questions gone? I've lost them already. Where are they? I've literally lost my questions from last week. This is going so well. Where the heck are they? Just one moment. I'm just trying to get it up. Is that it? No, it's not.
I'll have a cup of tea while I'm waiting.
Good idea. I've got it. Oh no, that's not it. Damn it. Where is it? I've got so many files, it's unbelievable.
Oh dear.
Where the heck is it?
Must be on this.
Somewhere, yeah. I need to try and find. God damn it. Always goes wrong at the last minute.
Oh yeah.
Right, questions, will that be it? Yes, is that it? Barrel isn't. No, it's not. God damn it. So, I'll just get it from what I can remember. So, we'll start off with basically what did you race, or what did you used to race in your case?
Well, I started early 90s in the bangers, national bangers. That was. That's all they did then.
Yeah.
For a start. And my dad raced the 2 litre saloons, which I did have 1 or 2 goes in that.
Yeah.
Which I didn't do too bad, but I preferred the bangers, so I stuck with the bangers. So that's all I've really ever done, really.
Yeah. So of course you raced when like Whiz Beach was around, like the old Post and Wild.
Yeah, I never raced at Whiz Beach.
Really?
I never raced there. No.
Wow.
I don't know why. My brother and my dad did, but I didn't.
So where exactly have you raced then?
Pardon?
Whereabouts have you raced then across the country?
Well, I only really did local, like Boston, Skegness, Swaffham and Kings Lynn.
So, some pretty good EA tracks then.
Well, yeah, there was enough meetings them days, like Wednesday nights and most weekends, enough to local tracks.
Yeah.
Instead of travelling all the time, so...
Exactly, yeah, you get drivers now coming up from Scotland, Wales, Ireland, everywhere now.
Oh yeah, they do nowadays, but in them days, I'd never bothered.
Yeah, but you gotta have dedication now. It's all about the money now.
It is. It's. I don't think I'd really want to be doing it full time now.
Exactly. Yeah. After your incident in 1300 last year.
Oh yeah, I could be fully retired now. It's only been the last 2 weeks where my side's been all right, really. So.
Dang.
But you never say never.
Exactly. In case you don't know if you're watching, Lee basically had a go in his son's old 1300, went into the back of another car, which you're not supposed to really do, and kind of hurt himself. So.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah. I've been racing several years and I've never been in an ambulance, but I had to go off to hospital for that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah, so it's. But I think I'm fully repaired now.
That's good, at least then. That's really good. So.
But to be honest, I think I prefer watching Ricky and Lewis, really.
Yeah, Lewis hasn't been out much. Well, of course, nobody has recently.
Well, no, we decided to go in the microbangers onto the courses.
Yeah,
and now they've got the 1400 engine, which we've got 6. I think we've got 6 or 7 Corsa C's.
Oh damn!
But you can only have a 1200 engine in them, and
yeah,
we haven't got the setup for that yet, so I don't really know what's going to happen with that.
No, because I see he nearly won a DD at Swaffham when it was ORCI.
Oh yeah, I didn't go that day.
Yeah, I see on Facebook that.
But yeah, I think he had a good day that day.
Yeah, definitely. So, of course, Ricky does 1300s. He's, after the setup that we were on about, he's definitely got quicker with it, for sure.
Oh, I tune his engines. I do his engines. That's why.
Yeah, exactly.
No, he built that new car all himself. Well, my dad and Ricky did that. I didn't really have anything to do with that.
Very nice car, though.
Yeah, it's sort of improving each time he goes out, and hopefully he'll be one of the top ones when we ever get back racing again.
Yeah, definitely. He's just got to get up there, get a bit of confidence in, and he's probably got to be up there quick.
Yeah, change a few more things on it and get it set up properly, and off we go.
Definitely. So, as I say, you used to race bangers, and of course, back in like the 90s, safety was not really there. So, like, you didn't have the massive door bars or stuff. like compared to now.
No door bars, and I think a lot of people had scaffold tubes for the roll cage and things like that. It was, yeah. I can remember one night. I think that was at Boston. I had one in the driver's door,
Ooh.
and my dad, he took the trailer ramp off, tied it to the side of my door,
Oh my!
and sent me out again. Yeah,
No.
but them days it weren't quite so, like you say, with the health and safety. But nowadays it is a bit over the top sometimes. But
exactly, yeah, you can get a door hit and it dents a little bit. Back in the day, there was nothing there, etc.
no,
Come a long
Yeah.
way.
oh yes, it has nowadays. Yeah,
Exactly,
Yeah.
yeah. Especially with like Boxer Jack and his race engines that are like $9,000 a pop.
yeah. I think that's the trouble with it nowadays. A lot of people spending the money on the engines, and it's at the end of the day, it's banger racing. But
Exactly, yeah. Not supposed to overweld them, not supposed to do this and that, but
No.
they still do.
yes, that's right.
Callum
Yeah.
Gill.
Yeah.
Definitely a bit of Callum Gill with his engines and stuff. They do seem a bit quick.
Well, like I say, if they've got the money to do it, just to win a bit of a plastic trophy, that's up to them.
Exactly, yeah. They
it's not
definitely
really-
got pace.
Yeah, but I
Definitely.
think they should just keep it all standard, and then they'll be all more the same then.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
All standard built, no overwelds, etc. It'd be a bit better.
Yeah,
For
that's
sure.
it. Yeah, I think it would be.
So, as you said, you raced 1300 as well a couple of times, and bangers. Have you raced like anything else?
No, we did. Me and the two lads did the go karting for 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
But apart from that, that's all we've really ever done. Yeah.
So yeah, always been into like the short ovals and stuff, and
Oh yeah. Yeah.
definitely. Because your dad, he used to race as well before you, didn't he?
Yeah. I don't think he started until he was about 40 years old. He was when he
Wow.
first started.
I've seen photos of him the other day on Facebook, like one of his old Mark 1 coupes.
Oh, the blue and orange one.
Yeah,
Was it blue and orange one?
yeah,
or-
that one.
Yeah. I think that was for a world final somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, it was on,
I think that's when they had to swap them.
possibly, yeah.
Could have been. I don't know. Long time ago.
But yeah, definitely. But
Yeah. Before you was born.
a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
So, let's say we've said like what tracks you've raced out. You said what you've raced and the specifications back in the day. So, like, is there anything else you'd like to add about what you've raced, what you've done, etc.
Well,
When you did?
I only ever really raced Cortinas and Granadas, but I think my favourite was a Mark III Cortina. I don't know why. It just seemed to
Bender.
handle. Yeah, just seemed to be able to get them round the track a bit better on the shale.
Yeah, definitely.
And then obviously I had that limo a couple of years ago.
That was, yeah, got a nice big T-bone on that.
Yeah, it didn't run very well really after the first meeting I did with it. I think we had a lot of rain, weren't it?
Yeah.
Heavy rain on the Halloween, and I think the water's got in the electric somewhere. And then when I took it back, it didn't run very well. But
Which was a
that's when I
shame.
backed it out on the track. Yeah, to get rid of it really.
Yeah, exactly. Taylor Sauter going
Yeah.
through the centre of it, nearly.
Oh yes, yeah, get rid of it then.
Oh,
No.
yeah.
Yeah, apart from that and the vans, I do enjoy doing the vans.
Yeah,
but
you got a
whether
couple of
I
wins
do
out
one
of that.
again, I don't know.
You got a couple of
I
wins
don't
out of
know.
Vans, so you've done quite
Pardon?
well. You've done a couple of wins.
Oh yeah, I've had a few wins in the vans, and yeah, the first ever van I did, I nearly won the DD.
Yeah,
Oh.
very nearly.
Yeah, but against that Iveco, I
Yeah.
had no chance really. But
No chance.
no, I've still got a transit van, but I think Lewis will be taking that out.
Oh, nice. When we get back
He'll
racing.
let him have a go in a van. Yeah.
Just tell him it's a bit different.
Yeah. It is really. They are quite solid, really.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, a bit bigger than a little Astra or Corsa or even Micra.
That's it, yeah. But but like I say, if I ever do one again, I don't know.
All right,
Probably not.
Yeah. Especially after that last meeting that you were in. Especially after that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Lee, for coming on. If there's any thanks you'd like to put on, just say them now. Any shout-outs or anything.
Pardon?
If you have any shout-outs, so if you want to say hello to anyone, just say it now.
Well, Ricky reminded me about 4 times today about this, so hope he's listening.
He asked me on Messenger for a link about 5 minutes before I started, so he should be.
Oh. Right.
Lovely.
Well, I ain't seen him for a couple of weeks because he's been self-isolating around his girlfriend, so...
Oh, well, that's a shame.
Yeah.
Right, lovely, Lee. Thank you very much for coming on, mate.
Oh, no problem, JB.
I'll see you later.
See you later.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
So, that was EA Legend 77 Lee Ivett. So, we'll have a 5-minute break and we'll be back with our second guest, Finn Robertson. We'll be live once again in just about 2 minutes' time. So we are back and we are now live with Finn Robinson. Hello, Finn.
Hello.
So, welcome. Once again, I've lost my script. I don't know if you saw. I literally lost where all my questions were. So, I'm just remembering off the top of my head at the minute.
That's fine. Good to know we're organised here.
Right, so, first of all, what exactly do you race?
So I recently transferred this year to the senior category. As I'm now 16, I race Rebels. Did do a bit in junior stocks carts for 5 years, and since hit that age barrier where I've got to move up to seniors, and now here I am in Rebels.
Very cool. So, like we had Ash and Brad on last week, you have also went up into the Rebels category.
That's it. Yes, it is.
So, you probably raced against them.
Yes, I have. I've only done one meeting. I had my debut meeting at Aldershot in March. But due to the current circumstances, the season has been postponed, I suppose is the right word for that.
Yeah. So they're both saying last week that they're really good, and so I can't remember. Ashley, he's literally in the chat now, put saying I think it was Brad put on Facebook a couple of minutes ago that he's being like John Lund in the F1s, but in Rebels or something.
Yes, I did see that Facebook post. That did make me chuckle a bit, I do have to say.
So now I say, how good actually are they?
Now, I haven't had a lot of track time with them, but judging off watching, Brad's definitely got the speed. He's a brilliant driver. You know, I've raced with him in junior stocks carts. We moved up together, well not together, a year apart, but we moved up to Rebels. And I've been raced with him throughout, and he's a cracking driver. He's brilliant talent. As for Ash, I haven't raced with him as much. I haven't seen him as much, but from what I've seen, he's a good driver, but the car just doesn't always agree with him, and sometimes looks not always on his side.
Oh dear. Poor Brad though, and poor Ash. Literally, they come on last week, taking the rip out of each other. I had Charlie Gwynchild come in last week asking me, oh, ask Brad about this, ask Brad about that, ask Ash about this.
Yeah, well, that's all part of the racing, having a good crack. You've got to enjoy it while racing, and I guess that's a part of it, isn't it? Ripping into each other, a bit of banter here and there.
Exactly, yeah, just a bit of an atmosphere really to get you around it.
That's it, yeah, that's it.
So as well, you're part of the sim racing as well. I believe you do quite a bit of sim racing.
Yes, I used to do the UK Dirt Series, the UK Sim, did a bit on the old BRL League as well. I used to do that quite a lot full time. Recently I haven't been doing as much, been a bit busy trying to sort out the future now as seniors have left school and that sort of stuff, so I haven't been managing to do it, but I am trying to keep in touch with them and do as many meetings as I can and have a bit of fun during the off season.
Yeah. So, let's say we probably raced against each other like on BRL or something before. So that's started back up under a new name now. Will you be doing much with the new BRL?
I think it's the OSCA they've changed it to now. I don't think I can race in that league anymore. I'm
oh dear,
100% sure how that happened. But you know, it is what it is. We've still got UK Dirt, we've still got UK Sim, and they're both excellent leagues, and we can still have a good rip round in an F1 or an F2 and enjoy ourselves on an afternoon.
Okay, so Ash has asked, can you inform Finn that Rebels are not Formula to go Oppo in, please?
Well, funny enough, at my debut Aldershot meeting, I overcooked a corner, and the back end kicked out rather quick, and I was very quickly facing the other way, and a couple of cars came flying in behind me, pushing and shoving, and before I knew it, I was getting done head on.
Oh no. Do you know who it was, or was that too quick?
Say it again, sir?
Do you know who that was that done your head on, or?
I believe it was another person's first meeting as well. He just had nowhere to go. He tried to avoid me, but a bit of understeer wasn't helping him. He came into me, and then more cars came into the back of him. It was like a big banger sequence that was.
I've just had a banger driver on, so let's move away from the rebels, from the bangers, please.
Yeah, big banger train it was.
Oh yeah. So again, you race rebels. We talked to Brad and Ash about the specs and the stats of them. So they're all just a base car.
Well, yeah, the chassis are built ready for you. You can't build your own chassis. Sorry. Engines are dynoed and sealed, that keeps that on a level playing field. All in all, there's plenty of stuff you can adjust, but at the end of the day, it really does come down to driver skill, how you can understand how the car drives and sort of, I don't know what the word is, but build like a relationship with the car and understand how it drives and connect with it. And as soon as you can do that and you understand how the car drives, it's from there, that's where you really excel, I feel.
Yeah, you gotta be one with the car, and the car's gotta be one with you.
Exactly that.
Very cool. So, what formulas would you like to possibly go into the future, or do you not have a preference at all?
Well, there's plenty of formulas I'd love to have a go in, but as far as doing full time, at the moment we're pretty happy with Rebels, as we've just freshly joined Rebels. But the formula such as Super Stocks, F2s, Formula Ones, 2-litre saloons, I'd love to have a go in all.
Who doesn't want to have a go in like an F2 or a F1 or a 2-litre saloon?
Well, that's it. It's the big league, isn't it? Everyone wants to have a go in one of them, and I'll jump on that bandwagon and join them.
Exactly, very true. 2-litre saloons, possibly one of the best formulas up there at the minute.
Oh, 100%. They're really put on a brilliant show for the crowd, and anybody that doesn't love a 2-litre saloon race, they're not at the right place. I think they need to head to a Silverstone track and watch some Ginettas or something along them lines.
But you can't say the Ginettas are bad though. That's something hands down.
Oh no, the Ginettas put on some brilliant racing, but if you can't enjoy a 2-litre saloon race, then you're at the wrong track.
Yeah, definitely. More like Ipswich with National Hot Rods.
That's it.
So I've just been asked from someone who wants to remain anonymous, asking what happens at Skeg Weekenders.
Skeg Weekenders. I suppose it gets messy. There's a lot of booze involved, a lot of racing, and it's definitely good memory making. You can sit down, have a good barbecue, have a bit of a drink with your pals, have a bit of a footy match, go racing, that sort of stuff. It's a brilliant weekends. We do plenty of meetings at Skeg, so it's certainly an enjoyable time.
So someone else just ask Finn what he thinks of the Jazz Car formula.
I haven't watched them that many times, to be fair. I think the engines are the same as a stock car, so that sort of is a similarity between me and Jazz cars in a sense. But like I said, I haven't watched them that well. I haven't watched them enough to give them a good, solid opinion, to be fair.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. So, going on for what formula you would like to race in, if you would just be given one formula, any formula, what would you race?
If I could race full time?
Even if it's once, or if it's full time.
Oh, if I had an opportunity and I could only choose one, it would the tie between an F1 or a 2-litre saloon, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
It'd be too hard to mention about, I think.
Yeah, I'd personally go with one of them two. I wouldn't care really, but 2-litre saloon probably just has the slight edge.
That's it. Yeah. Well, to get in a 2-litre saloon, you've got to have a pretty good pair, in my opinion.
Exactly. Yeah. Anyone who gets in one of them, you gotta be brave.
That's it. Yeah. There's definitely no messing in them, and it's the exact same with F1s, but 2 litres, them shots do just come in that little bit harder when you get rattled around a fence.
Exactly. Even the smaller 1300 saloons, they've come a long, long way.
I completely agree. I've watched a couple of them 1300s, the Buxton Skegness 1300s. I've watched them, and considering they're smaller cars, smaller engines, etc., they still put on an absolute brilliant show. I think it was last year I watched the 1300s Skeggy final, Gold to Top World final, whichever one you want to call it, and it provided some brilliant action, and I have to say I was very impressed.
See, the Skegness 1300s, they're partnered with Buxton, so the Skeg and Buxton 1300s are like their own, if you get what I mean.
Can you repeat that? Sorry, you cut out.
So the Skegness 1300s, they tied with Boston earlier this year, so
Yeah.
they run their own 1300 formula. So there's the normal 1300s, more like nationals, and then there's like the Skeg 1300s. If you were to go watch the actual proper 1300s, like at Kings Lynn or somewhere else,
Yeah.
they are honestly, you get 30 plus cars per meetings, top drivers in the formula, and you would be fine that mostly it's the lower grade drivers lead most of the way.
Well, I guess that's the case. I've never watched Kings Lynn 1300s, if you like. I've never been able to attend one of their meetings. The only reason I've seen a Skegness 1300 is because a lot of the time they've been on with us, or they've been on the meeting day before us or day after us, so we've had that opportunity. I think any saloon formula can provide plenty of action if they've got the correct number of cars. You know, you can never
Definitely.
fail to have a good race in saloons if you've got the right number of cars.
Definitely. Like the last 1300 and the last 2 litre saloon meeting I've been to, I've got to say the 1300s actually had they had better racing throughout the meeting than the 2 litre saloons.
Well, yes, I mean, it depends on track and which drivers can attend, obviously, because we can't all devote all our time as much as some of us wish we could do to racing. You know, some of us have got things to do outside of racing. So it depends on, in my opinion, which drivers turn up and how many cars there are. It really could make any formula beat the other. For example, 1300s, if they had the right drivers and the right cars, could maybe one day, you know, overdo 2 litre saloons if maybe they had a bad meeting and a couple of drivers couldn't attend, something along those lines.
Definitely, like the current world champion Lee Pearce, he went from 1300 saloons to 2 litres, didn't like 2 litres and went back to 1300s.
Well, that's it. You've got to enjoy what you race, and if you can't enjoy what you race, then you know you've got to think otherwise and move off somewhere else. You've really got to enjoy what you're doing. For the money you put into it, you've definitely got to enjoy it.
Yeah, so true. So I just had a little question come through on Messenger. Ask him why he moved over for me in a Stocks car at Stoke after I took him out and gave him a load of math after the race.
I think I know who that is. Well, there was a bit of an incident at Stoke, and I can't fully remember how it started, but I think there was a bit of a hard battle going on between me and a person on track, and it didn't quite end the way I wanted to, and I'm quite a hot-headed person when I'm racing.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of patience, and I think I just lost my patience. What I'd done, I probably shouldn't have done, but I went over and, you know, sort of had a word with that driver and got a bit hot-headed. So I apologise for that now. I definitely shouldn't have done it, but, you know, heat of the moment, what happens, happens.
Yeah, exactly. But, oh dear. And I like the way as soon as I said that, you went, I think I know who that is.
But I definitely know who that is. Yeah, but since then we've had some cracking memories, me and that guy, you know, it's been absolutely brilliant racing alongside him, and plenty more of it in the future, I hope.
Yeah, definitely. Like the Rebels, they're definitely a strong little formula, definitely underrated. And from what I've seen on YouTube, some very close competitive races from them.
Yeah, well, that's it. Yeah, a lot of the races, we get a brilliant turnout of cars. There's definitely no shortages of cars out there, and lots of people enjoy Rebels, and they provide plenty of good hard hits and really hard racing. And I can't see why any person couldn't enjoy a Rebel race.
Exactly, yeah. I just wish they'll come to a track like Kings Lynn or something so I can actually see them.
Well, that's it. I think Kings Lynn's a big track, and Rebels around Kings Lynn would be very, very exciting to watch, I think is the right word for that.
Yeah.
I think it could provide some brilliant action, but it's what promoters can do these days. I'm just happy that we've got a full fixture list that we can attend, and that's all that matters to me.
Exactly, yeah. So again, Rebels, small little fun formula, ideal for like if you're starting to get into racing as well.
Oh, definitely. You really pick up your racecraft and your basics, and of course at a reasonable cost as well. It's not, making you bankrupt every time you drive home from the meeting.
Yeah.
you've still got some money to that side, and you can still enjoy it. You can still race. You can still learn, and still not have to worry about, how much money you're putting into it. Obviously, people have different price ranges, and it's up to you how much you want to spend on a car or setting up a car, etc. But you don't have to be you don't have to spend a lot of money to enjoy the racing because it just provides brilliant racing.
Yeah. So, right, is there anything that you'd like to say? So, any shout outs to any sponsors or anything? It's your time
Well,
now, say it.
just throughout the 5 years in stocks carts, really, just thank everyone for supporting me and helping me along the way. It took me 5 years to get to where I was in junior stocks carts. Won my first championship in my final season, and I'd just like to thank everybody. Bit of setup advice, or do a bit of that, do a bit of that. Just change your driving, just hear everyone that put in that little small talk that really helped me along the way. Just thank them all, and thank all the sponsors that are on the car. They all know who they are, but just thank them all for the time and the effort that they put into my car and helping me improve as a driver. And fingers crossed we can do something good in Rebels and make them all proud.
Yeah, right. Thank you very much for coming on, Finn. And
Uh,
when we get back racing again, I wish you the very best of luck.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, guys, I believe we will have a bonus guest on. Just have a little chat about the grass karting series. I'll just give him a quick message, see if he's ready. Right, it'll be one moment, guys. So, right, I'll give this person 5 minutes to just give me a response. If not, I'll end off here. I'm just going to wait 5 minutes at the most. Right, guys, unfortunately, it doesn't seem like I'll be getting a reply. We should have been having Liam Foreman on to talk about karting and especially grass karting, but he doesn't seem to be online on Messenger and he's not replying to a message on there. But we'd like to thank Lee Ivett and Finn Robinson for coming on. And also would like to give a bit of a shout out to the OSCA Online Stock Car Racing League. It's the Online Stock Car Association Discord, which are a online racing league for R Factor, which run formulas for R Factor. Well, I'll get the following formulas. So they run stock rods or national hot rods on Mondays, 1300 saloon stock cars on Tuesdays, Brisker F2s Wednesdays, 2 litre saloons Thursdays, and Brisker F1s on Fridays. So 5 days a week entertainment there, run by Mr. McDougall. So once again, thank you to Lee Ivor and Finn Robinson for joining us today on Stockcast Saturdays. We'll be live next week, and remember to keep an eye on social media on Wednesday to see when the next week driver, the drivers for the following week, who they'll be basically. Once again, thank you for joining us, and that's it for this week on Stockcast Saturdays. Thank you very much, guys. Peace out.